So today is going to be our third episode of the Hexact webinar series. We have a fourth one coming up in 2 weeks. Just a quick reminder to you guys, February 19th will be the fourth and final one, and then we'll kind of take a 1 week hiatus, understand the feedback, really understand what you guys wanted, what you guys got, and then we'll kind of take it from there and try to fine tune the format and make sure you guys are getting the most value, the most bang for your buck during these webinars. But today is the third episode. Once again, my name is Armin. I'm one of the founders at Hexact. I will be running the 15-minute webinar as usual. After 15 minutes, I'll do a quick Q&A, and if anybody wants to stick around for the Q&A, they can. If not, 15 minutes and we're ready to roll. So I'll keep this short and sweet. So on your screen, you're going to see the Hexact suite of products. For the last two episodes, we've been talking about Hexomatic, a lot of scraping stuff, a lot of data extraction, automation stuff. Today, we're going to change gears a little bit. We're going to talk about HexoWatch. HexoWatch is a virtual recon drone which monitors any pages or websites for changes. It's a change monitoring system. So imagine just having basically like an assistant sitting on one of the websites that you want, one of the web pages that you want, constantly refreshing and looking for any changes. And if any change does happen, it sends you a trigger. So we're going to talk about that in the context of competitive monitoring, but of course, understandably, use cases are different and you can monitor different websites for different reasons. When you log into HexoWatch, this is what you're going to see, as you can see on my screen. Just standard, basically dashboard stuff, how many monitors you currently have in place, what's your traffic usage and stuff like that. But I'm just going to get to the nitty gritty very, very quickly. So first things first, when you want to start monitoring your competition, you need to click on New Monitor on the left side here, which is what I'm going to do. When you click on that, you got to choose which type of monitor you want. There are 13 different types of monitors within HexoWatch pre-built. Visual, HTML, keyword, tech stack, availability, automatic AI monitor, content, source code, and technical stuff, whois, RSS feed, site monitors, API monitors, backlinks, and so on. I'm just going to take the 3 or 4 most popular ones for today to stay within that 15 minutes. So I'm just going to start with the visual monitor, which is probably one of the most popular ones that we use. Visual monitor, basically what it does, it screenshots the website and then it monitors that website for changes. So let's say I have some examples here on the top and we're just going to go through them one by one. Right now, I just have hexact.io loaded in. So our own website right here. That's the web page, which you just saw. I'm going to copy the URL. Let's say this is the website I want to monitor for visual changes. I'm going to pop into HexoWatch, click on New Monitor, click on Visual Monitor, single URL. So it's a pretty simple point-and-click system. They all work identical, almost. It's going to ask you for the URL. So what web page do you want monitored? I'm going to plug in hexact.io. You're going to choose the device. Laptop large is the default. And you're just going to click on Preview. Once you click on Preview, that hexact.io website, which I want to monitor, will be loaded into the system, as you can see here. So the entire page, full page, is loaded here. From here, all I need to do is choose what I want to be visually monitored. If I want to monitor the entire page, all I do is click on Start Monitoring, and that's it. It's up and running. But understandably, a lot of the times you don't want to monitor the entire page, but a specific part of that page, a specific section. So if I drag my mouse across, you'll see my mouse becomes a little plus sign. And that plus sign is basically a drag and drop. So let's say like this is the box, the area that I want monitored visually for changes. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag my mouse just like that, a little box here. There you go. I missed the top, so I'm just going to fix that box a little bit. There you go. So this is what I want visually monitored, right? Fix the box, just make sure it's within the parameters that you want. So, all right, perfect. So this is the box I want visually monitored. So the system already knows that's what it's going to be looking for. And I'm going to come back here, and if I click Start Monitoring, it will start monitoring. Real quickly, a couple of things you need to take into consideration, very, very important, is the frequency. 1 a day, so this 1 a day right here, will be the default for all of the monitors. That's the frequency. But of course, you can change that starting from every 5 minutes, all the way to every 3 months if you want. So I can do it 1 a day, once a week, once every 2 days, once every 6 hours. That frequency is relevant because it's going to enter every single day. So starting right now, 24 hours from now, it will enter. Check the box. 24 hours after that, it'll enter, check the box. 24 hours after that, it'll enter, check the box. And if anything changes in this box visually, I will receive a notification saying, hey, Armin, something has changed. Go check it out. It'll also give me a before and after shot so you can see what has changed specifically and so on, understandably. So once I have that ready to go, I'm just going to name the monitor. I'm going to call this like Hexact Home Visual Box, for example. You can also add a tag just to make it easier to kind of manage your monitors later. I'm just going to call this Webinar 3. Add that tag. And I'm going to click on Start Monitoring. And that's it. So right now, already, if I go to monitor the URLs here on the left side, you'll see that there's Hexact Home Visual Box, just like I said. There's the visual monitor in place. 1 a day is the frequency. So every single day, it'll enter hexact.io. It's going to check that box specifically that I wanted to check. And if anything changes in that box visually, I'm going to get a ping. So that's sort of the easiest one to set up. I'm going to move into HTML element monitoring because that gives you a little bit more flexibility, especially if you're looking for things like competitive price monitoring and understanding whether prices went up, prices went down. I just randomly went to eBay. I clicked on the first thing I saw, which is this sort of Sony PlayStation 5 PS5 disc edition wall mounts. Right now, it's 8.99 pounds or about $11.38. I'm going to take this URL. Come here, new monitor, HTML monitoring, click on that, plug in the URL, and once again, I'm just going to click in preview. Once I click in preview, just like last time, it's going to load in. But the difference is that this is going to monitor the HTML element itself and not visual monitor. So visual monitor, basically it takes like a screenshot and it monitors it pixel by pixel. In this case, once you see here, when I drag my mouse, instead of a little plus sign, you're going to find all of the little red boxes within that website. So every single box that you see here is basically an HTML element, which you can monitor separately if you want. So let's say I want to monitor the name, click on that. I want to monitor the price, click on that. I want to monitor, quantity or whatever it might be, conditions, click on that, and so on. So once I clicked on all of the boxes that I want monitored, so the ones that are red will be monitored, you click on Start Monitoring. Again, once a day is the default. You can change that up. But here's the really cool thing about this monitor. Because it's an HTML monitor and it's not just pixels, it can actually read the data within that monitor. For example, if I click on this GBP right here and I say actually show me the HTML code that you're going to monitor, it pops up this little code here. And here I can say select with conditions. Because it's not pixels, I can actually put a condition on it. So I'm going to click on select with conditions here. I'm going to do select data. In this case, 8.99 is the data, the price. And then here I can say equals to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So there's an element of flexibility on how I want this to be triggered. So I can say, you know what, greater than 11. Save condition. So 8.99, greater than 11, save, start monitor. So if that PlayStation price goes above 11, I will get a notification saying it went above. So if it goes from 8.99 to 9 or 10, I'm not going to receive a ping. Only when that condition is met. In this case, above 11 is where I'll get a ping notifying me that the price has gone up. This is amazing for price competitive monitoring if you're in the e-commerce business. If you're in any type of business, really, that your competition has their price list on their website, this is something that you almost must have in order to stay in the game. Next one I really wanted to show you guys in terms of marketing stuff is the Backlink Monitor. So this is very relevant, especially if you're a SAS company or a tech company. If you're sharing a lot of backlinks, you're working on search engine optimization, you're working on traffic drivers. So what really happens is these classic backlink stuff, right? You call another company, you put their link on your blog, and they put your link on their blog, and you kind of swap links. But the reality is that once you swap that link, at that point, you go into their blog, they send you the link, you open it up, you're like, okay, here's the blog. everything is there that's needed to be. But a month later, they take it out, or a week later, they take it out. And you have no idea whether that link is still there unless you're constantly going to the same sites and checking whether your link is there or whether your link is relevant. What this does, it does that automatically. For example, I just popped into SEMrush here and I went into their blog and I opened up the first article, which is about this link building outreach, understandably. And I found this area here where it says journalism sourcing platforms, and they're referencing 4 different platforms: Connectively, Quoted, Sisian, and Muckrack. I'm just going to copy this link here, Connectively. Let me just open that up so you can see it. So it's going to take this to this website, connectively.us. I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go into this backlink monitor, single URL. And here you need 2 different inputs. So this is a case where it's not 1 input, but it's 2 inputs. Number 1, you need to know which backlink you're actually tracking. So in this case, I'm Connectively, and I want to know whether SEMrush keeps my link on their blog. And when they do delete that, I want to get a notification knowing that my link is gone from their blog. So I put that there. So that's the backlink. And then of course, I put the source URL, which in this case is the SEMrush blog. And I'm going to pop that into this URL here. And I'm going to, again, click on preview. When I click on preview, now all it's doing is scanning that entire page, that blog page, for that link. It found it once. If there's multiple times that's referenced, there'll be 5 or 6 of these, so it won't be only one. But right now, it just found one right here. So yes, there is a text Connectively, that word Connectively is in this SEMrush blog, and it's linked to connectively.us, this backlink. Once I click Start Monitoring, again, once a day, it's going to pop into that website, SEMrush, and that blog. It's going to check for that link. If the link is there, it will do nothing. As soon as that link is gone, it's going to send me a notification saying, you know what, something happened. That link doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to click on Start Monitoring, and it's already monitoring and ready to go. Another one that's really, really cool is keyword monitoring, which I wanted to show, which is, again, a lot of search engine optimization stuff. And this is, again, very relevant for your competition. You want to know if you're using a specific keyword to search engine optimize, are your key competitors using the same word? All I do is take that blog again. I'm going to post it here in URL preview. And what this is going to do is just going to take their website and just going to show me all of the text basically on their site. This is every single word on that page. Okay, so from here, pretty straightforward. It's going to ask you for the keyword. So what do you want specifically? I'm going to write SEO. So SEO on this page pops up 13 times. You can see the number here. And then I'm going to do or. You can do also and. You can do or. In this case, I'm going to do or. And I'm going to do link building, 2 words. That's also fine. Multi-word is also okay. So link building, this 2 words together pops up another 13 times, right? And then once again, I'm just going to do Start Monitoring. So right now, that page is also being monitored for those 2 keywords. Let's assume that I'm also a competitor and I'm trying to attack those keywords for search engine optimization. Last but not least, what I really wanted to show you also is this tech stack monitoring. This is pretty cool, especially when it comes to your competition. You want to know what kind of technology your competition is using. That's again, pretty straightforward. Text monitoring, single URL, plug in the URL here. I'm just plugging in again. Let's just do semrush.com here. Okay, so that's sort of their entire site, their main page. Click on preview. And what it's doing now is going into semrush.com and it's analyzing every single piece of technology that's actually connected to that website. And it's going to show me a giant list of everything that they use, like this. So semrush.com is using Amazon Web Store, Sentry, Python, PHP, Django, Svetli, Facebook, understandably, Pixel, Google Analytics, understandable, Google Tag Manager, of course, Microsoft Advertising. So these are pretty straightforward. Like Sectigo, I don't know what Sectigo is, but if I was a competitor of SEMrush, I would definitely check it out. Django, I would definitely check out that. Svelte, I would check out that. So these are things that are built in to their website, which might be interesting for me. What you can also do, and what a lot of e-commerce companies also do, is that you can actually pick and choose which ones you want. specifically which ones you want to be monitored. I want to monitor this, I don't want to monitor that, and so on and so forth. But all in all, a lot of different options here. I'm not gonna go through all of sort of the little features that exist. If you do have any questions about the features, you can always drop me an email, and I'll be happy to set up a demo call with you guys and go through more of the details for your specific use case. But again, everything is set up once a day. That's fine. Start monitoring. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to set up. All you do is go new monitor, pick the type of monitor, look at the preview, plug in the URL, look at the preview, click on start monitoring. And then on the left side here, if I go to monitored URLs, so this will be like my list of all of the URLs I have. So as you just saw, we did the visual monitor together. We set it up and said go. On eBay, we turned on the element monitor. So that was the pricing. On SEMrush, we did backlinks to connectively. On the SEMrush blog, we also did the keyword monitor for SEO and link building. And on SEMrush.com, their homepage, we ran a tech stack monitoring. So if anything technologically changes on their site, I will receive a notification. That's it for today, guys. That will be sort of competitive set monitoring. It gives you a broader perspective on what you can do with HexaWatch. Once again, HexaWatch is a recon drone. It sits on top of a site. It's specifically built for web page change monitoring. So if something changes, you will get a notification. You just need to clarify and go into the details of specifically what you want to be changed. And if this changes, then I want to get a notification and so on, which is awesome and great for competitive sets and competitive monitoring. That's it for the webinar, guys. If you guys need to pop out, again, 15 minutes, as promised, you guys can kind of, leave. That was it. If there's any questions, please write it in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer. But thank you very much for your time.